Hi everyone. Today we will discuss introduction of braking system and mechanical braking system. In previous class, we are discussing about what is the introduction of suspension system and what are the different topics involved in this suspension system. There are different types of suspension systems we are using: rigid axial suspension system and individual suspension system. Those have different types of suspension system: McPherson suspension system, strut type suspension system. Those are different types of suspension systems we already discussed in previous classes. So today we will see a very important topic related to automobile vehicles. In if you take any type of automobile vehicle, the braking system is very important. So we can see what is braking system and what are the types of braking system, what are the requirements of braking system and how it's working, um, what is the working procedure of braking system, what are its requirements, and what are the different types of braking systems we are used in the automobile vehicles. First of all, we can see what is the introduction of braking system and mechanical braking system. What is introduction to brakes and why it is used? What is the major role of the brakes in automobile vehicles? A brake is a device by means of which an artificial resistance is applied to a moving body in order to retard or stop the motion of body. A brake is a device. It is a device we are externally applied uh, a frictional resistance force on the wheels to stop the vehicle. So what type of force we are using? That is an artificial resistance is applied. That means external force, external resistance force is applied to that vehicle, to a moving body in order to retard or stop the motion of the body. If the body is in motion, that means if body is moving, suddenly we can stop that body. We are applying some external force. This external force is called the artificial resistance force. Okay, that artificial resistance force is used to retard or stop the motion of the body. That is a main purpose of brakes we are using in the automobile vehicles. The brake is a friction device for converting the kinetic energy of the moving vehicle into heat by means of its friction. You can see the brake is a friction device. The brake is a friction device. The brake is a friction device for converting the kinetic energy of the moving vehicle. Suppose it is the vehicle, it is moving in this direction. Gradually, it is moving in this direction. So the vehicle is moving. We can stop this vehicle by using an external force. That external force is called the artificial resistance force. Okay. So if the vehicle is moving position, it has a kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. So we can apply. If the vehicle is in moving position, we can apply the brake. The kinetic energy is changed into heat energy of the vehicle. The kinetic energy is changed into heat energy. Because of suddenly we are applying the braking system, a heat is developed on the braking system. There are different types of braking system we are using. Any type of braking system, the vehicle is moving position. The vehicle is in moving position. Uh, we are applying the brake. That means the kinetic energy is converted into heat energy because of a frictional force is developed on the wheel and the brake. Okay, so that the kinetic energy is converted into heat energy of the vehicle. Then a frictional force is developed on the wheels and brakes. In that frictional force, the heat is generated. The heat is generated. Then that is the final output. The kinetic energy is changed into heat energy of the vehicle. Okay, so that is the main introduction of the braking system. And you can see what is the brake, what is the brake, and what is the main purpose of brake in automobile vehicles. Brake, the device is used to stop any vehicle by applying frictional forces. If you take any type of automobile vehicle, it is a car, bus, bike, or trucks, any types of automobile vehicles you can take, the device is used to stop any vehicle by applying frictional force. That means some external forces are used to stop the vehicle. Some external force, we are applying some external force on that automobile vehicle wheels. That is, the kinetic energy is changed into the heat energy. How the heat energy is generated on that braking system applied on the automobile vehicles? Because of, where suddenly applied the brakes, suddenly or relatedly normally applied the braking system, the frictional force is developed. In that frictional forces, the surfaces contact, automatically the heat is generated. Okay, so that is the device used to stop any vehicle by applying some external frictional forces. One of the most important control components of vehicle, it is, so the brake is the one of the main and most important component. The overall vehicle should be controlled by using brakes. And we can reduce the speeds also. If we increase the speed, if we decrease the speeds, or we can stop the vehicle in, if the vehicle is in normal position, put on the different areas, so the brake is applied. That's why the brake is the most important component in the automobile vehicles. They are required to stop vehicle within smallest possible distance. They are required to stop vehicle within smallest possible distance. Whenever we stop the vehicle, automatically we are applying the brakes. There are different types of brakes, normal brakes and disc brakes. If disc brakes we are applying, it is automatically stopped. Okay, so they required to stop the vehicle within smallest possible of distance. And it is done by converting kinetic energy of vehicle into heat energy. And it is done by kinetic energy of vehicle into heat energy. Why? Because the frictional force is applied on the wheels. That means a brake is a device, the frictional force is developed on that wheels because of the surfaces, the wheel surface and the brake surface are contact with each other, the heat is generated. If the heat, that is, if the moving position of the body, that is kinetic energy of that body, that kinetic energy of body is changed into heat energy of body, heat energy of the vehicle. So what he told, it is done by the converting kinetic energy of vehicle into heat energy, which is dissipated into atmosphere. That heat is taking the atmosphere, and it is to be cooled. Then it is the brake. And what are the requirements of braking system? Brakes must be strong enough to stop vehicle within a minimum distance in an emergency. Brakes must be strong enough to stop vehicle. So the brakes, it must be very strong to, strong enough to stop the vehicle within a minimum distance in an emergency. If an emergency, that means uh, the vehicle is running on a road, suddenly it became a dip hole or a speed breaker, or any vehicle is around that vehicle, suddenly we can stop that vehicle. then we are using one device on that automobile vehicle, that is a braking system. Suddenly we are applying that braking system. A high amount of frictional force is developed on that wheel and braking system. The heat is generated. Okay, and brakes must have good anti-fade characteristics. Their effectiveness should not decrease with prolonged application. This requirement demands cooling of brakes should be very efficient. Brakes must be have good anti-fade characteristic. It have a very good characteristics. That means the brakes have a the brakes are applying the vehicle uh, to stop or to decrease the speed of that vehicle, and the brakes efficiency also increased. We are using a quality material of that braking system. It is not decreased with the prolonged application. This requirement demands cooling of brakes should be very efficient. The cooling of brakes is very efficient. That means there are any internal cooling system we are not placing in the braking system. The braking system is placed in the automobile wheels. Uh, the cooling is taking surrounding air of that atmosphere, and it will cool very easily of that automobile vehicle braking system. These are the different requirements of the braking system. And what is the working of brake? If we take any type of brake, it is disc brake, drum brake, and hydraulic or electric. Suppose any type of brakes you can take, how it's work. That means working of brake, we step on brake pedal. First of all, we step on a brake pedal. You can see the diagram. You can see the diagram. It is the brake pedal. It is the brake pedal. By using this brake pedal, we are applying the external force on the this braking system. Okay, by using this braking pedal, we are applying external forces. We are applying some external forces. You can see there is a fluid he is taking. That what are the different components of this braking system? You can see there is a master cylinder and braking lines, brake lines. You can see that brake lines. There is a liquid. There is a liquid or air or any type of other devices you can take. Okay, just you can see what is the working, uh, and front calipers and wheel cylinders, pistons and links. These are the different normal and basic components of the braking system. You can see what is the working of braking system. We step on brake pedal. First we step on a brake pedal. The plunger is pushed into the master cylinder. The brake pedal is attached with a plunger. The brake pedal, it is the brake pedal. It is the brake pedal. In this brake pedal we are connected one plunger. We are connected one plunger. The brake pedal, we are connected one plunger. Hydraulic fluid is forced through a series of tubes to the braking unit. If we are applying the external force on the brake pedal, automatically the brake pedal should be moving. It means the plunger is connected through brake pedal. The plunger is moving forward and backward directions of the master cylinder. In that master cylinder, there is a air or any type of different liquid, water, any type of component we are mixing on that master cylinder. The plunger is compressed this water. Suppose I am taking water. The plunger is compressed this water. So the fluid is passing. The fluid is passing through braking lines. The fluid is passing through braking lines, and it will reach the front calipers and wheel cylinders, pistons and links. Then it will also compress. The bush is attached to the wheel surface. Immediately the vehicle should be stopped. Whenever the bush is touched the wheel, Whenever the bushes touch the wheel, automatically the vehicle should be stopped. So it is the overall working. The hydraulic fluid is forced through a series of tubes to the braking unit. Whenever we apply the brake pedal, the plunger is compressed the fluid and it is moving and it is moving. Then the hydraulic fluid is forced through a series of tubes to the braking unit. The brake shoe in drum brake and calipers in disc brake are pushed against a drum and piston, causing wheel to stop. The brake shoe in drum brake and calipers in the disc brake are pushed against drum and piston. In drum brakes, there is a brake shoe, and disc brakes, there is a caliper. Drum brake is different, and disc brake is different. We are using normally we are using these two types of brakes. The drum brake, suppose we are taking the drum brake system. Whenever the brake pedal is applied, the hydraulic fluid is passed, and the brake shoe is contact with the wheel surface. If in that time the vehicle speed is reduced and the vehicle should be stopped. Suppose in that disc brake we are applying, there is a calipers. In that calipers is um, calipers is tightly put that wheel surface and automatically it will stop and to reduce the vehicle speed. Okay, you can see there is a drum and piston causing wheel to stop. There is a piston links. The piston links are contact with it. There is a brake shoe or calipers is attached to the wheel surface and to stop the vehicle. It is the overall working of the brake. It is the overall working of the brake. And next you can see what are the different components of braking system. If we take any type of normal braking system or any type of different braking system, what are the different components are placed in that braking system? One is brake fluid and another one is brake lines and master cylinders, combination valve. Okay, these are the four main components in the uh, braking system. What is first one? What is brake fluid? What is brake fluid? In that braking system we are using uh, different types of fluids or hydraulic fluids or air braking system. In that air braking system the braking fluid is used as air. Okay, so that what are the types of braking fluids we are used in the braking system, and what is brake fluid? It is a special oil with some specific properties. It is a special oil with specific properties in that brake fluid. So we are taking a special oil in this brake fluid, and it has a very special properties. It can withstand cold temperature without thickening as well as very high temperature without boiling. It can withstand cold temperature. So the brake fluid, one of the major property it has, it withstands the cold temperature. It withstands the cold temperature and without thickening as well as very high temperature without boiling. So whenever we are using that braking system, the brakes are applied and automatically the frictional force is developed. Then the temperature is also developed on the brake fluid because of there is a compression. That means the brake pedal we are applying, there is a piston, there is a cylinder. In that cylinder there is a piston. So the piston is used to compress the brake fluid. So in that compression process the heat is generated. The temperature of the uh, fluid should be increased. Okay, so without boiling the fluid temperature, the brake fluid temperature is high. The current standard is dot 3, which has a boiling point of 460 degree Fahrenheit. The current standard is Dot 3. We are using dot 3 braking fluid. Dot 3 braking fluid. It has a boiling point of 460 degree Fahrenheit. The boiling point of the dot 3 fluid has 460 degree Fahrenheit. So these are the brake fluid, and you can see brake lines. You can see brake lines. These are the series of steel tubes and rubber hoses through which brake fluid travels. The brake lines are used to um, hold the brake fluid, hold the brake fluid, and the fluid is passes through these brake lines only. Okay, these are the series of steel tubes. That means the brake lines we are using steel tubes or rubber hoses. In these brake lines, we are using steel tubes and rubber hoses through which brake fluid travels. Through which the brake fluid is traveled through these steel tubes and rubber hoses. And next one, rubber hoses are used only in places that requires flexibility, such as front wheels. Rubber hoses are used only in one place, that is very flexible in nature, and it has the front wheels. So the rubber hoses is placed in the front wheels of the automobile vehicle. It's dangerous to use brass fittings or tubing to repair brake lines. The brake lines, some of the dangerous to use these type of brake lines in the automobile vehicles, because of there is a brass fittings or tubing to repair the brake lines. So the repairing is very difficult in these braking lines. That means the brake fluid is leaked. Automatically the brakes are not applied on the vehicle. The vehicle should not stop, and it should damage. So it is some dangerous equipment, uh, because very good uh, brake lines, very quality brake lines we are using in the automobile vehicles. Okay, and next one, master cylinder. Next one, master cylinder. It is located in the engine compartment on the firewall. You can see the typical master cylinder. You can see the typical master cylinder, and you can observe what is the inside of the master cylinder. What is the inside of the master cylinder? You can observe the inside of the master cylinder. There is a secondary reservoir and a secondary pistons, primary pistons. These pistons are to compress the fluid. The fluid is passed through the braking lines to apply the brake. Okay, and there is a springs. So to return that piston, we are using springs. The springs are used to return the piston, and brake lines, and pedal rod. So these are the inside of the uh, master cylinder. Okay, so you can see it is located in the engine compartment of the firewall. The master cylinder is located on the engine compartment of the firewall, and it is actually two separate master cylinders in one housing. So if one side fails, we still be able to stop. This is actually two separate master cylinders. We are using two separate master cylinders. You can observe the inside master cylinders diagram. It is one primary reservoir and a secondary reservoir. We are using two separate master cylinders in the braking system. One fail if the one cylinder fails on the braking system, if the another cylinder should work and to stop the vehicle. Okay, so that is two separate master cylinders in one housing. If one fails, we still be able to stop the vehicle by using another cylinder. It consists of fluid which compensates for any change in fluid volume in pipelines. It consists of the fluid which compensates for any change in fluid volume in the pipelines. So the volume of the pipelines should be changed because there is a compression process. The volume of the cylinder is changed. When sufficient pressure has built up, the inner rubber cup is deflected, forcing the fluid in lines, thereby applying brakes. There is a sufficient pressure has built up. The inner rubber cup is deflected. We are applying the some external forces. That means the pedal is applied automatically. The piston moving the forward strokes. The rubber cup is deflected. Okay, so thereby applying the brakes. So it is the master cylinder. And next fourth one, combination valve. Combination valve. It is a combination of proportioning valve and a pressure differential valve. It is combination of proportioning valve and a pressure differential valve. What is proportioning valve? These are mounted between the master cylinder and the rear wheels, which adjust the pressure between the front and rear brakes. These are mounted between the master cylinder and the rear wheels, which adjusts the pressure between the front and rear brakes. You can see the pressure differential valve must uh, mounted just below the master cylinder. It measures the pressure from the two section of master cylinder and detects a malfunctions if any. These are the two valves in the braking system. What is you can see what is proportioning valve. These are mounted between the master cylinder and rear wheels. So the combination valve, um, in that combination valve, the proportioning valve is fixed in the master cylinder and rear wheels. The master cylinder and rear wheels, the proportioning valve is placed. It is adjust the pressure between the front and rear brakes. The front brakes, we are applying the brake pedal to adjust that pressure in the front and rear brakes. And pressure differential valve, it is mounted just below the master cylinder. The pressure differential valve is mounted the below the master cylinder, and it measures the pressure from the two section of master cylinder and it detects a malfunctions if any. It measures the pressure from the two sections of master cylinder. There is any defects, the pressure differential valve is set to the braking system. Okay, so that is the main purpose of the combination valve in the braking system. And you can see what are the different types of braking system. What are the different types of braking system, and what are the different classifications of this braking system. You can see what are the classification and the types of braking system. The brakes of an automobile are classified according to purpose of brakes, location of brake, construction, method of actuation, extra braking effort. These are the classifications of the braking system. One is purpose. What is the main purpose of the braking system, and where we locate that braking system, and what is the construction of braking system? What are the method of actuations of braking system? Next one, what is the extra braking effort? These are the classifications of braking system. You can see what is the main purpose of the braking system. From this point of view, brakes are classified as serve or primary and parking or secondary brakes. What is the main purpose? It is to stop the vehicle. We are using uh, one device. That device is called braking system. That is the main thing. You can see what he told. From this point of view, brakes are classified as service or primary and parking or secondary brakes. So the brakes are service or primary, and parking or secondary brakes. We are using primary and secondary brakes in the braking system. What is the location from this point of view? Brakes are located at wheels or at transmission. The brakes are located in the uh, so many vehicles, so many automobile vehicles. The brakes are placed in the wheels. Okay, so in that point of view, the brakes are located at wheels or at a transmission system. That is the location of brake. And what is the construction? The brakes are drum brakes and disc brakes. There are different construction of brakes. One is drum brake system and a disc brake system. Okay, and next one, method of actuation. These are the different types of brakes used in the automobile vehicles. This criteria is given below. What are the different types of brakes? You can see one is mechanical brakes. Mechanical brakes. The brakes are used, and the overall construction of the brakes, it is mechanical. Okay, and next one, hydraulic brakes. In this mechanical brakes, there are different types of mechanical brakes we are using. You can see. And what is hydraulic brakes? And next one, electrical brakes. Electric brakes, vacuum brakes, air brakes, by wire brakes. These are the different types of brakes we are used in the automobile vehicles. Okay, and power brakes, that means vacuum brakes. These power brakes is also called the vacuum brakes. Uh, this working procedure we can see in next class. And mechanical brake, we can see this mechanical brake, and what are the different types of mechanical brakes we are used in the automobile vehicle. uh, what are the mechanical brakes? It is the mechanical brakes are assemblies consisting of mechanical elements for the slowing or stopping the vehicle. So it is used to levers or linkages to transmit the force from one point to the another point. There are different types of mechanical brakes. One is band brakes. The band brakes are the simplest brake configuration and have a metal band lined with a heat and wear resistance friction material. And next one, second one is the drum brakes. The drum brakes, which are commonly used on automobile rear wheels, work when shoes press against a spinning surface called a drum. And next one, disc brakes. Disc brakes are constructed of brake pads, a caliper, and a rotor. During operation, the brake pads are squeezed against the rotor. Cone brakes are made with a cup and a cone, which is lined with a heat and wear resistance material. During actuation, the cone is pressed against the matching cup surface. So it is overall about the uh, overall different types of the mechanical brakes. So in detail of these mechanical brakes, you can see in next class. Once again, you can see what are the different types of mechanical brakes. It is first one, first one, band brakes, band brakes. First one, band brakes, and the second one you can see drum brakes, drum brakes, and third one, disc brakes, third one, disc brakes, and the fourth one, cone brakes, cone brakes. These are the different types of mechanical brakes. So in detail of these mechanical brakes we can see in next class. So thank you guys.